Well, it's the luxury magazine that has celebrities stripping down to their birthday suits. Since its launch in 2011, Treats has taken the world by storm, serving up some of the sexiest editorials in the publishing biz.
Yeah, now entertainment reporter Kathryn Eisman is bearing all in the name of fashion.
It's the fine art fashion mag that's seen a bevy of beauties bear all. Launched by photographer Steve Shaw, Treats has caught the attention of influential photographers and industry icons around the world for its tasteful images of female nudity, including members of Hollywood's A-list. Daughter of screen icons Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger, Ireland made her first ever nude appearance in the latest issue. Joining the magazine's impressive list of celebrities, actor Scott Eastwood, who suited up for the occasion, and Gone Girl star Emily Ratajkowski. Even social media sensation The Fat Jewish has made a splash in their swim issue. Now, Australian entertainment reporter Kathryn Eisman is stripping down to highlight our complex relationship with fashion and beauty.
We've used up all our black boxes for the next... in that story alone, we've used them all up for the next year.
And Kathryn is actually wearing clothes now. It's a black dress. She's not just...
It's a giant black... It does look very much like
a travelling black box.
It's a designer black box that we've got to...
I thought I'd be naked, and then I guess people behind in the studio decided that would not be a good idea. No, I'm fully clothed, I promise.
Oh, we can laugh, but people want to know, we want to know, why did you decide to bear all for the mag?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, being naked is something I've never done before, and it's not something that I take...
In public?
In public, hopefully. Can you imagine? That would be kind of an interesting secret life, but always closed. But it's not something that I take lightly. You know, as a journalist and as a female journalist, you know, where you really want to be taken seriously for your cerebral gifts, not, you know, your bust. And as a mother and as a daughter and as a wife, it's not something that I would do unless I felt very passionate about the article that I wrote. And also, I'm such a fan of Treats magazine. It's not Playboy, it's not Penthouse. It's one of the most incredible fine arts magazines with the best photographers and writers in the world. So I was very honoured to be part of it.
What statement are you making here with this photo?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the issue is called The Skin We Choose, and it's all about the complex relationship women have with fashion. You know, in some ways, it is a great liberator. You know, put on a great pair of heels and you feel powerful, and you can walk into a meeting and feel very, you know, you're an elevated, literal version of yourself. But at the same time, there's an element of it disabling you, you know. It also has many sexual applications in terms of, like, if you stand in heels, which I'm wearing only heels in this shoot, and it exaggerate your sexual signalers, your bust and your butt, and so people, I wanted to really bring it back to and educate people and make them aware of the fact that fashion isn't a superficial thing. It's about the choices we make and how we choose to clothe ourselves, and the skin that we choose sends a very important message to the world. And so I stripped that back and wanted to examine it in the I guess as a psychological reflection of what's going inside.
Okay, so there's the story, right?
Yes.
And that carries a lot of weight. And, then there are the pictures.
Yes.
So what came first, the chicken or the...
Definitely the story.
So the story came first, and then how did we get you naked in a fridge surrounded by meat?
Exactly. How did I get into a fridge naked? Exactly.
Yeah.
My autobiography. Basically, I wrote this article and then I sent it, and it's so amazing as a journalist to be able to write something with free reign. You know, it was you know, so 3,000-word essay. It's quite detailed and complex. And then Steve Shaw, who is the, you know, brilliant editor-in-chief and photographer who actually chose to shoot this, said, you know, Kathryn, now we've got to illustrate it. And I thought, you know what, if I'm ever going to do it, this is the time. And I felt that, you know, as you know, not everyone reads a 3,000-word essay, but they can look at this and maybe if they see an image that kind of is provocative in every sense of the word, they might read an article that's more cerebrally provocative, and that's why I decided to do it.
You talk about the digital course.
What does that mean when you go,
No,
what do you think?
I agree with you. Like, I because they sent it to us last night to research, I didn't get all the way through the article.
But you got all the way through the picture.
No, the pictures, yeah.
Yes, and that's the way. I mean, listen, we live in an Instagrammed, period where people can't even bother reading the caption. They just want to look at pictures. And so I think if you can put a powerful picture out there, and it wasn't, even though I'm naked and obviously there's a sexual element to it, my face, it's not me posing in some kind of, I'm not trying to be, I'm not like going ooh and ah. It's like me, the pain of being a piece of meat and women turning themselves into pieces of meat. Before it was men who was doing it, and now women are doing it under the name of empowerment.
Tell us about the digital corset embraced by social media queens. I guess we're talking about the Kardashians.
Kardashians.
Yeah.
I know, sorry, Lara. I know you love bringing them up in everything.
So what's the digital corset?
If you're about to bag
the digital
them,
corset,
fine.
exactly. Well, what it is this. It's people say, OK, we've freed ourselves. Coco Chanel was famous for freeing women of the corset. But people like Kim Kardashian are putting us back in the corset, not only in the form of waist training, which is, if you go through Instagram and social media, you will see all these people wearing waist training things. Training it for what? I'm not sure. And also people using digital editing software, things like Facetune, where you are actually giving yourself a corset, but by manipulating the image through digital photo editing. And so I want to make people aware of the fact that you're doing that to yourself, just a digital modern form of wearing a corset. And I'm not judging it. I don't think women should judge other women for how they present themselves, but I do want them to be aware of what they're doing so they can make their own decisions.
Are you worried? Sorry, are you worried as a commentator then that the definition of beauty and sexy has changed beyond repair?
Yeah, but do you know what? It's not new, Larry. Since ancient Egypt times and Leonardo da Vinci, there were all these ideals of what beauty looked like and the ideal form, and you look at sculpture and all the. So it's just that now, in the past, as I mentioned, men were considered objectifying women. They were turning them to sexual objects, to be sold. They were the pimps, so to speak. And now women like Kim Kardashian are objectifying themselves under the name of self-empowerment, and it's a little bit disconcerting, but it's, I guess, the next evolution of feminism, and I want us to look at that, and especially as a mother of a daughter, I want her to really think about how she's presenting herself, and may she do it naked in a meat locker.
Has she seen the pictures?
She doesn't care. She's like, every time, even if she sees me on TV, she's like, no, she screams. So she's like, whatever. She'll probably be a vegetarian, though.
You've turned her off meat for life.
It's not the impact I wanted, but now she's vegan. So, I feel like, it wasn't in vain.
We are so out of time.
Funny.
In 5 seconds or less. Hubby, okay with this?
He's cool. He's fine with it. He knows the magazine, and as a mother who's had a child who's breastfed, it was actually quite empowering and terrifying to be there naked. That they don't believe in much digital editing like a lot of magazines do. So it's just like,
Great.
Own it.
Oh, and you have. Well done.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kathryn. You can read Kathryn's The Skin We Choose feature story. We've popped it on our website. Oh, good. Okay.
Because we like detailed, complex stuff on our website.
I'm not sure if the photos are, but the article is. Is that
Apparently it's all there.
It's all there.